Hi everyone, we are at SAE Istanbul with Scott Miner of the electro house duo The Banger Bros and the owner, the founder of Golden Needle Records, as well as the author of his book Make Some Noise, Become the Ultimate DJ, which is coming out on Wednesday, 15th of January 2014. It's going to be published by Leonard. It's one of the biggest publishers on music and audio. I want to start by thanking you for the seminar we had yesterday. It was really great. Thanks for joining us here today. Let's start with your book, Make Some Noise. So, tell us about it. I mean, how did you start? How did you decide to write a book about DJing?
Yeah, first of all, you're welcome. It was a pleasure for me coming here to do this for you guys, and I love the vision of SAE, so it was just a lot of fun meeting everyone and doing the seminar last night.
Yeah, cool.
So as far as the book, one day I'd go on a walk every morning. That's kind of part of my visualization for setting goals and stuff like that, and I got this idea to write a book about DJing that I wanted to put together in terms of something that could give people a way to, how have I gotten where I am? Not just the how-to parts, but like setting goals, marketing, all that kind of the business side as well. So I wanted to put something together for people that I felt could, help them if they were just starting off, or even if they're in the industry, because it's a lot of stuff that I've learned that helps, refining your vision and just getting to the place you want to go to. So, it just kind of came about one day, and it took me a while to write it because I was, having to focus mostly on my music career, and couldn't just stop everything and write the book. I was really pleased that it came through and that Hal Leonard is releasing it because when I was in music production school, I remember reading a bunch of their books.
Do you have any other plans about authoring apart from the production book you're going to be publishing about DJing, something more about DJing?
Yeah, there's I actually also wrote a workbook for that, which is pretty much finished, because what the plan for this is to do a class, and hopefully do it with SAE, like short classes, short courses. So I wrote a book, like a workbook, that's basically like the syllabus, it's like a week-to-week kind of stuff like that. And then I'm also writing a second book, or another book that's about the music industry, or the electronic music industry, where I'll be interviewing people like Moby, Boy George. I already interviewed Carl Cox, the biggest electronic music artists in the last 20, 30 years. And there's a whole kind of thing around it that I'm doing. And I'm really excited about that one. That one's more geared towards like the fans. Like the first two I'm writing, it's more like people that are wanting to do it. But this one's more of a, definitely like the culture.
More of a documentary.
Because it is. I am going to make like a movie part of it as well. It's going to be a multimedia piece.
Brilliant.
For sure.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great, man. What would you advise, to people who want to start producing or DJing, and don't know, maybe are lacking in instruments or the motivation, but are really willing to become the ultimate DJ or a producer of their own taste?
Yeah, I think a couple of things. First, just do it. I really think getting into action. There's that fear that we have, but just starting. Another thing that helped me on the production stuff, right when I got out of school, and a few years after I was out, I was making music. Didn't release anything, and then I linked up with Nate, and he was more experienced than I was, so we had a duo where we were collaborating. So I think it's also good to work, if you can kind of have a mentor that's helping you with it. That's what I had in Nate, he really taught me a lot about production and helped me formulate my ideas. So if someone's not comfortable with producing on their own yet, I highly recommend having a partner to do it with. And then I always think it's important, if you're doing a collaboration, you should always venture out on your own, because it feels all good to do your own stuff too. But if some people are not doing it because they just can't do it, but want to, I think, if they work with a friend, that helps right there. In terms of just getting into it, I think it's about just jumping into the fire, and just learning on the go. Like I was talking about last night in the seminar, DJing. I was DJing in clubs before I was ready, and I was producing music before I was ready. All that stuff. Just kind of, I got into this meditative habit of just do it. You know, just like getting into action. You know, even with that fear's there, just do it.
Mm. Cool. Yeah, one last question about your book. What would you say is the main thing that we should make some noise?
I think the main thing is the goal stuff that I put in there, because I see that missing from most of my musician friends, that they don't really set goals. They don't really, because we have this abstract way of thinking. We think we're different. We're so like off the beaten path, you know, that we can't follow a structure. But the reality of the situation is we can, you know. And I think the most important elements of my book are helping someone to formulate their vision, and then how to get into it. You know, like I've been studying self-development for 13 years, like soaking it up, like how to make myself like a just driven like machine. Like how can I, like, I mean, it might sound sort of robotic, but like how can I make myself the best that I can be? Like how do I kind of just, you know, optimize the system? So that's what all the stuff that I've been learning over the years, I put in the book and put it into a package that would really help people like formulate what they want to do, even if they're not DJing, like even if they just want to, it's music. So I think that's the best part of it.
Yeah, sounds great. And it looks great. Even the cover of it.
Yeah, they did a good job.
I really like the design. It's fantastic. And yeah, I'm looking forward to read it. On Wednesday it's out, and that's it for now, man. Thanks a lot for everything, and for your seminar last night, again, for joining us, and hoping to see you playing sometime, you know.
Definitely.
Somewhere.
Definitely. Right on.
Thanks a lot, man.
All right. Right on.